Hello and welcome to Ocean Games. Today we are talking about touch gesture, what it is and how to use it. So let's start with what is touch gesture. Touch gesture is collection of components that provide basic touch gesture functionalities such as swiping, horizontal and vertical touch movement. Okay, so you can detect swiping and horizontal and vertical touch movement. So with this functionality, you can set up basic transformation and swiping events. So these are the functionalities that touch gesture provide. The first is touch gesture swiping. Touch gesture swiping provide swiping functionalities for left, right, up and down. It can detect whenever user swap into the touch screen. Second is touch gesture transformation. Touch gesture transformation provide basic transformation functionalities such as changing rotation, location and scale. Next is touch gesture location. Touch gesture location provide six types of translation. 3 are one finger translation that user can use it with the one finger and it will translate object into the particular directions such as X, Y and Z. And the second is 2 finger gesture that user can swipe vertically and horizontally and it can change 2 directions such as X, Y, X, Z and Y, Z that will change the location of the object in all the directions. Same goes for rotation and scale. One more thing for the scale is that it can scale into uniformly like in the same axis for the X, Y and Z. So before we go to the implementation, let's go to the common error and solution section. By the way, all these documents can be found in the video description and in the marketplace content page. Okay, so let's start with the common error solution. So you have to keep 3 things in mind: that the transformation actor that will be moved into the world is movable, and enable touch gesture recognition in the input settings. So go to the project settings, input section and enable touch gesture recognition. And make sure that for testing in editor, you enable the testing use mouse for touch option. For that, go to project settings, input settings and enable use mouse for touch. Now let's talk about touch gesture swiping. Touch gesture swiping component can provide easy touch gesture recognition. So it can detect swiping in all 4 directions: left, right, up and down. So let's go to its implementation. So I am in the project right now. So you can add this functionality to any actor, but in my case, I am adding it to the default font. So the first thing you need to add is touch gesture swipe component. This is the one, touch gesture swipe. Now it will provide binding for all the touch recognitions. So drag and drop and bind event. So these are in the default section. You will find all the 4 bindings for the left, right, up and down events. So let's bind to the left event. Simply add new event. Let's call it and bind this event. Okay. So whenever user swipe the left on the screen, it will run this event. Now you can put any functionality here that will run on when user swipe left. So for now, let's just print a string that tell us that user has swiped in the left direction. Now let's run it. So whenever I swipe from right to left, it will detect that swiping and run that code. So let's try it. See? Now it's working. So let's do this for the all 4 directions and see how it looks. Okay, so I have done this for all the directions, for left, right, up and down. Same code for all the directions, just changing the events. So let's try it out. It's working. So this is the swipe functionality of touch gesture. Now let's talk about transformation. So transformation provides 3 types of transformation: location, rotation and scaling. You can use all three of them at the same time. So let's see it in action. Again, add transformation component. This is the one. Now, for the transformation component, you have to provide it with the actor that you want to change transformation. So I already got this actor reference. I will provide it to the transformation actor that will change the transformation of this actor. So let's compile it and save it. One more thing, for scaling you have to add input event. So go to project settings, input, and access binding. You have to put pinch input. So you can name it whatever you like and add pinch. This is the one, gesture pinch. Once you added it, you have to bind it, not bind it, but you have to provide it to the touch gesture transformation. There we go, like this. Okay, so you just have to drag touch gesture transformation and set pinch value and give it a value of axis value and link it with the input component that you have added. So to fully demonstrate it, let's go to my Android device and let me show you how it looks into Android device.
As you can see, I can change location, scale, and rotation at the same time. It works same for the location and rotation and scaling. You just have to add that component like touch gesture, location, rotation and scale. One thing to keep in mind that when you use scaling functionality in either transformation or scaling, you have to add this pinch value so that it works properly.